Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in the previous video we have learned about the variables which is let and const. So in this video we are going to discuss on what kind of values we can assign to a variable. So basically in JavaScript we have two categories of types. All right, the first one would be primitive or value type, and the next would be reference type. So in this video, we are going to cover more on primitive or value types, and in the next video, we are going to cover more about the reference type. Okay, so primitive or value type. So here we have five or more than five types of values we can store. Okay, the first one would be the string value, which we can store. Next would be number. Next is Boolean, and the next would be undefined. The last one would be null. Okay, so here we are going to discuss each and every type in detail. Okay, so let me quickly show you how or what exactly means by string type. Okay, so let's say we are used let variable and then assigned a name to it, which is name equals John. Okay, and then we have tried to print on the console. Okay, which is name. Once you go back to the console, it shows John. So right now for this kind of value, we say it as string literal. Okay, the next set of type would be number, right? So now let's say you can imagine a person with the name John. Could be his age is 30. So let's try to create let with the variable name age equals 30, and then let's try to print it. Okay, so once you print it, if you go back here, it shows a number. What this means is we can actually create or assign a variable, okay, the value to the variable with something like alphabetic, which is called string literal, or it could be the value could be a number as well. Okay, so this is called number. Okay, the next would be Boolean. So just to think of to check if John is part of of any department. Okay, is department equals, this could be either true or false, because just to check if John is part of this department, it comes out as true. If he is not a part of the department, it comes as false. So we are printing it as is department. See, it came as true. So we can actually use the value in this types. First is John, next is numeric value, which is 30, next is Boolean, which is true or false, right? This is Boolean. Okay, the next would be undefined, right? What exactly does it mean? Let me show you. Let, so here we are going to check what is the gender of John, right? Is gender equals, so right now John have not defined his gender, right? So for now we are naming as undefined, right? Okay, now we are printing it is gender. So now if you can see, the gender is not been defined by John, so hence it is showing up as undefined. But let me quickly show you something like this. So now we are not assigning any value to this. We are still saving it. When you go back, it's still showing us as undefined. So what do you understood by this? When you don't assign any value to any of the variable name, it is by default comes up as undefined. Okay, good. Now this is undefined. Now the last one would be null. So now, just to give you an example, there are certain list of colors, and out of which John wants to select any color, right? But his favorite color is not part of the list. So what John would do? He would not select any of the color, correct? He would go with option null, right? Is color equals null, right? Now we are printing it is color, right? When you go back to the console, here it says null. But let's say tomorrow, if John's favorite color is part of the list, so now what John would do, right? He would select the red color. When you go back, it shows red. So what exactly does it mean, right? When something is not part of the list, and if the end user doesn't select anything, it prints as null, right? But what if the user selected? The null changes to red, the actual color. So right now we are actually defining the value to the variable, right? We are not leaving it empty, because if we leave it empty, it comes up with this example. It shows undefined. But instead of this, we are assigning a value. If all the colors, or if the colors which Don expects is not part of the list, then comes up as null instead of undefined, right? So when something is not part of the list, we use it as null, and that's what it shows. So right now here we have five types of types, right? So first one is string, number, boolean, undefined, null. So this is it for this session. So we are going to talk more about the other types in the upcoming session, right? Thank you so much, and please do support. Thank you.